I'm Kate.
I'm Megan.
And this is Cooking with the Bells.
So what are we making to drink?
So today we have a coconut orange spritzer. Like some sparkling water, a little toasted coconut, a little orange juice. That's just screams spring.
Cheers.
Cheers.
God, that's refreshing.
I love it. I will say the coconut's very slight just because I don't like a ton of sweetness like throughout the day, and this is that drink that I make at 3 p.m. when I don't want to drink more water.
Yeah, and we're not making pina coladas here. So
yeah, exactly. But if you want really strong coconut flavor, you might want to do more like a tablespoon of coconut syrup. But, you know, personal preference. I think the fun thing about this drink is when I was just researching these flavors, they're commonly in a cocktail called a Clyde.
Wow.
It just, instead of orange juice, uses orange liqueur, so it kind of, it's still just that orange flavor, but it gives like a little bit more of a fermenty taste like alcohol does, you know what I mean?
I love
But
that.
I found that very interesting, that it's a Clyde. So it's a Clyde Mocktail.
Well, what a coincidence, because today we are making Bonnie cake, which is my grandmother's recipe. Why it's called Bonnie cake, I have no idea. But the recipe cards in the little tin she passed down to me just say Bonnie cake.
Fascinating.
So
I can't wait to see what these flavors are.
I've never made it, but I have ate it at her house, and it brings back a lot of good childhood memories. So I'm very excited to make it for you today.
I'm so excited.
All right, so our ingredients. We are using a butter cake mix. Love a good cake mix recipe. Super easy.
Honestly, the best thing, just because you're not having to pull out the flour, the baking powder, potentially sifting everything.
Right, exactly. So we have a can of mandarin oranges. We're going to keep the juice. And we are going to add 3/4 cup of oil. Then we have 4 eggs. And I'm actually just going to take them out and just give them a little pre-beat in this bowl to where I make sure they are good and incorporated. Otherwise, you might have like random cooked egg whites in your cake. So I have given these a little beating. I broke up my yolks. Now I'm just gonna add them into my cake mix over here. So this is not using any kind of like melted butter or anything like that. No extra water or milk.
So do you think with the like, I guess, advancements we've had in gluten-free, do you think a gluten-free cake mix would work if people needed that?
Yeah, I believe it would. Now, I'm not a gluten-free baker by any means. I have not done a whole lot of it. So I don't want to be like, oh, it 100% will work. But I don't see why you couldn't try it.
Yeah.
So just gonna give these some stirs, making sure to get all my cake mix from the bottom here.
This looks so good.
You know, I set this with our little Clyde Spritzer drink, but I think this is a good spring recipe too. It has those flavors of citrus, and you know we love citrus around here.
Oh yes. Well, and it could also be good, like I was saying with the drink, how like none of the ingredients are really things we tend to buy in season because they're things we buy packaged. I feel like the same kind of applies to the cake. So it could also be made in like
for sure
February when you just need that reminder that spring is coming.
So this is actually a cake though that my grandmother would make every Easter because it does have that nice orange flavor. And then when we make the frosting, you're gonna see other like springtime summer fruits.
Ooh.
So I think we've
so excited.
Oh, me too. I haven't had this in forever, so
I'm so glad she found this recipe. It's like one of those recipes that you hear it and you're like, that was at every church potluck I had growing up.
Yes.
Please.
So this season, I do want to say though, be ready for my grandma's recipe 10 to be brought out and for me to share some of my family's passed down traditional recipes with you.
I'm so excited.
So we have our greased 9x13. We're just gonna put it on in. Now, when we were mixing, of course, some of those mandarin oranges got broken up, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want them to just, you know, remain whole because then you're gonna get nice little orange bits throughout your cake. Your Bonnie cake that I have no idea why it's named Bonnie cake. I wish I would have asked her. Maybe it was passed down by somebody named Bonnie.
Ooh. I'm so excited for this cake.
My 2-year-old is going to be ecstatic too because she loves mandarin oranges.
Oh, so good.
So we have our nice cake. We have a preheated 350 degree oven and we are going to pop that in. And depending on what cake pan size you use, because you can use things other than a 9x13 if you don't own one. An 8x8 is going to cook quicker. So, and a 9x9 is going to cook quicker. And if you have two 8x8s, you know, so just be aware of that. Check it. Put your toothpick in or your cake tester. Bring it out clean is what we're looking for. So, we're going to pop this in the oven. Let's get baking. Now it is time to make the frosting, and then frost our Bonnie cake.
I'm so excited.
So we have a can of crushed pineapple. We're leaving the juices in. I'm gonna just go ahead and plop that in our bowl here. I have 1 small pack of instant vanilla pudding mix. And we're just gonna combine that in with that juice from the pineapple. I mean, is this not just like the easiest cake ever?
It seems like I haven't had to get a mixer out yet, so
now we're just making a super easy frosting to go on it. Like, what, 4 ingredients here, 4 ingredients here?
Yeah, some of them are... Nope, never mind. I was about to be like, I think some of these are repeat ingredients. No, they're not. I'm crazy.
I mean, the mandarin orange to pineapple, so
yeah. It's just canned fruit.
Exactly.
That counts as one, right?
So we have that nice and incorporated. We are going to fold in some whipped topping. Now, if you are making a version of dairy-free cake, you can always make your own whipped topping. They have heavy cream that is plant-based now.
Yes. I have not researched it myself, but I've seen other people across the internet that have like gone through and tested all of the dairy-free like creams and stuff. And most of them swear by the Crocker brand as far as getting that same heavy whipping cream consistency.
Country Crock, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for a fact that their plant-based butter is really good, but yeah, I have not used the heavy cream yet. But everything else by them has been great, so. Yeah. We're just gonna fold this in, get it nice and incorporated. But we don't want to over mix whipped topping because then you're taking the whipped out of the topping.
Right.
So I'm just gently incorporating it.
And so our cake ended up taking about 35 minutes at 350 for the 9x13. And we have let it, like, it is stone cold cool before we ice it. So you do want to make sure you're allowing time for your cake to cool. If you put this on while your cake's still hot, it's just gonna melt.
Exactly. So we have that pretty good and incorporated. I'm gonna go ahead and add in about a cup of this coconut.
Did you say if you wanted to take the extra step, you could toast the coconut to put in here?
Oh, for sure. And you can even just toast some to go on top of it. It'll taste good. It'll look pretty. I think this is one of those cakes that would be perfect baked in like the bunny, making the bunny shape with the little circular pans. Because, like I said, my grandmother served this at Easter. So we are just incorporating that coconut in, which you can add it into any step. That way you're not like over mixing, but I just tend to throw it in last because it is kind of a bulkier. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and bring that down a little. Oop. And you can just place it on top.
If only I could find the offset spatula.
So you can sprinkle like a little bit of extra coconut on top if you're a coconut fan, which we are around here. So we're just gonna add just a little bit more. It adds for a little pretty and a little, because of the texture of the coconut in the whipped cream, you don't really get that flake coconut feel. So we're just gonna for a little texture. Okay,
love it.
And this is Bonnie cake with our Clyde drink.
Woo! I'm so excited. Can we plate up now, please?
Yes, let's dig in. All right, our cake is frosted, it's cut, and we are ready to try.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna just go for this like corner edge piece right here.
The edges are always good when that icing collects.
Ooh, and I got like a big chunk of mandarin orange.
Tastes like my childhood.
It's so good.
I feel like we should go hunt some Easter eggs or something.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a here, tickling me. It's like you get like the texture of coconut from the frosting with that pineapple flavor, but then you get to like the soft, moist cake, and then like especially since like I had a piece of mandarin orange, I just got that burst.
But the
so good
juice from the mandarin oranges is obviously also in the cake. So you have like a vanilla orange cake with like a pineapple vanilla coconut frosting. So it's just a little tropical treat.
It's so good. But I think that's it for today. We got Bonnie and Clyde.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button down below.
And if you want to see more from us, hit the subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. And thanks for joining us in season 2 of Cooking with the Bells.
Yeah.
As always, our recipes will be linked.